Welcome, guys, to the Jamaica Funk Show. And tonight is Black History Wednesday. I'm KT, and this is my co-host, Miss Johanna Bright. What's up, Joe?
Hello, people. I'm What's Up every week.
Yeah, she want to be What's Up. Hey.
I am.
All right, we're going to let her be What's Up
Thank
today.
you. I told you.
Okay? So, I talked to you guys yesterday because I came on early. I did an early show yesterday.
I saw that.
Because it was the holiday and we had family and friends and all kinds of people running through here. So, I couldn't be doing no show yesterday evening at no 8:15 because y'all wouldn't have got a show.
Not the one you would have had.
Yeah, I know.
Show.
I know. Wouldn't have been that show. Definitely wouldn't have been that show.
Okay, then.
So listen, guys, we got a great show for you tonight. We're going to talk about Ossie Davis and Ruby D. Mm-hmm. We're also going to talk about some black entrepreneurs.
Yeah, some black entrepreneurs, little known history facts, got some science, some food. Yep, and I have one special lady.
Who's an architect?
Yeah, actually, yes.
All right.
Yes.
So listen, guys, we're going to get you started this evening with some reggae music. So I want you to sit back, relax, grab that last piece of jerk chicken and whatever the hell else you eating, drinking, whatever you're doing.
We're not questioning nobody.
I swear I ain't. And get ready for some show enough reggae music. Well, I remind.
Somebody go call father. Is $1,000 back this? Yes, G. Tell them go suck them. Hey, why me just sucking me? So me laugh, so me cough. What the last one this? Straight to God, me soon stop. You give me direction. Take me to a place I've never been. Why do I invite you in my life when you're bad and I know? But you give me direction, excitement and affection. The more I get, the more I want. Yo, me good with you. Yo, listen, any girl want me chat to one feed good with you too. You lie, for me never get to spend time with you. Jump and sleep after 12 and me dying for wake up to spend more time with you. Hurry up, cut it up and light it up. A little grabber that will nice it up. Under me liquor plus a split, you just a go turn up the vibes, Them ya grabber, ya they no like, Just take a puff and pass it on, I know I do that for the night, Right now me hype, It a spin me feel nice. Right now me hype. Officer no bad that light. Big sniff in the mouth, wind down window, good night. Man have my license alright. Sitting at the envelope, you and your squaddy would I like. Drive off with them mad vibes. Turn left, right, turn right. Pull up, park up, go inside. Transform in one kite. It a spin me feel nice. Right now me hype. Breaking news for live. Fell down a smoking Fred Heights. But right now me want another spliff. Somebody go call father. Is $1,000 back this? Tell them go suck them. Hey, why me just sucking me? So me laugh, so me cough. What the last one this? Straight to God, me soon stop. You give me direction. Take me to a place I've never been. Why do I invite you in my life when you're bad and I know? But you give me direction, excitement and affection. The more I get, the more I want. Yo, me good with you. Yo, listen, any girl want me chat to one feed good with you too. You lie, for me never get to spend time with you. Jump and sleep after 12 and me dying for wake up to spend more time with you. You give me direction.
up to the time, you know it's called tales, told them here. See me, I said, the ladies, you know, living a life eccentric, authentic, the sky. Those ladies over there, I think they need some antiseptic. You know they kill the hot girl. You was a cute baby when your band side natural. No boy can say you casual. As usual, give them phone number refusal. Cause you know they kill the hot girl. You was a cute baby when your band side natural. No boy can say you casual. As usual, give them phone number refusal. You no carry me a tea, that a dirty class. So if a your man she want, she no fit her. Stretch her hand when you a pass, make you chop it her. If you in a Versace shot, start your pop it her. She in a dirty shot, tell her, take it her. So push it her. To how you take Magdalene to her. When you shop in a Jamaica, you shop a manapa. And legally, she can't shop in a Grammy bar. You know they see the hot girl. You was a cute baby when your band side natural. No boy can say you casual. As usual, give them phone number refusal. Cause you know they see the hot girl. You was a cute baby when your band side natural. No boy can say you casual. As usual, give them phone number refusal. CRDNG mean dirty garments. And our life rewind to the past tense. Cause it's full of torments. Jerry Springer flopper in front of a life through the hardest. But you're not a disgrace to your parents. You deal with them various monthly payments. Your life in a sequence. Your body full of iron, calcium, necessary ingredients. You know they see the hot girl. You was a cute baby when your band side natural. No boy can say you casual. As usual, give them phone number refusal. Cause you know they see the hot girl. You was a cute baby when your band side natural. No boy can say you casual. As usual, give them phone number refusal.
All right. So what's up, Miss Joe? What you got going on there?
Well, you know how detailed I am, and I said, let me just try to mix it up a little bit tonight. So I thought I'd just start off with some little known history facts.
You call it detail, I call it OCD.
Whatever. It works for me.
Okay.
It works for me. It keeps me focused. Anyway, so on a list of 100 little known history facts, all of this is coming out of Wikipedia, by the way, for little known history facts. And I am going to be telling you number 74 on the list. Little known history fact. During the First World War, the U.S. Army would not press African Americans into combat assignments. The French Army, which had traditionally accepted all men who volunteered for the fight, eagerly accepted the black troops. And most of these black troops received the French Croix de Guerre, that's the Cross of War, for their outstanding bravery in combat.
Cool.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Now, many of them didn't receive any kind of accommodations or anything like that from the United States Army. They had to be extraordinary to receive any kind of a badge or
had to
anything.
Had to went out and rescue a bunch of white folks
500
and
white
brought them
people
in off the battlefield.
and we just, but that's so true. Okay, so number 73 is Mr. Frank Wills. He was a black security guard. Guess what he did? He discovered President Nixon's cover-up, which later caused his resignation as President of the United States. Despite Wills' discovery, he struggled to find work for the rest of his life.
Well, that sounds normal. It sounded like the guy who discovered Watergate. He was a black guy.
That was him.
Yeah.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
Frank Wills was the guy who discovered President Nixon's cover-up. He was that guy. And he struggled for his entire life.
Well, but that's because a lot of rich white men went to jail because of his discovery.
Yeah.
And he got blackballed.
Yeah, that's considered the time and the age. And to think he was just a security guard.
Yeah, and doing his job.
Right.
Right.
Okay, so next we're going to go into science. Guess who I have? This man is named Dr. Charles Richard Drew. All right? Think about his name. He was born June 3rd, 1904, and he died April 1st, 1950. He was an American medical doctor and surgeon who started the idea of a blood bank and a system for the long-term preservation of blood plasma. He found that plasma kept longer than whole blood, and his ideas revolutionized the medical profession and have saved many, many lives. Dr. Drew set up and operated the blood plasma bank at the Presbyterian Hospital in New York City, New York. Drew's project was the model for the Red Cross system of blood banks, of which he became the first director. He resigned his position as director after the U.S. War Department issued a directive stating that blood taken from white donors should not be mixed with black donors. Right? Dr. Drew strongly objected and stated the blood of individual human beings may differ by blood groupings, but there's absolutely no scientific basis to indicate any difference in human blood from race to race. Dr. Drew also formed Britain's blood bank system. Yeah. After a car accident in rural North Carolina, Miss Dr. Drew the legend says that he died as a result of being denied blood transfusion at a medical care facility.
That's deep.
Yeah.
That's real deep.
From a white-only hospital. So let's remember, it was 1950 when he passed away. But that's not true. Dr. Drew got immediate medical attention in part from the other doctors, his friends who were in the car accident with him, but were less severely injured. Dr. Drew was admitted to a mixed-race hospital, but died after being treated for a massive internal injury. A U.S. postage stamp was issued in 1981 to honor Dr. Drew. And I mentioned him particularly because there is a lack of blood shortage still going on.
Well,
today.
yeah, it's a blood shortage right now because of the fact that people travel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was just looking at that today. People do a lot of traveling during the summertime, so their regular donors are probably out of town and are not donating blood. So they're asking for people to come on out and donate blood.
Yeah, make a call, go to redcross.org and schedule an appointment. I know a lot of people think that they give plasma and you can get paid for giving plasma. It does last longer. But they need whole blood and they need plasma they need that pheresis. I got an email today about it and I thought, okay, I'll just make sure I share that on the show.
Yeah, no, actually it was
I
on
donate
the news
blood
today.
every year. I donated in January. I've been too busy to donate again. Probably find time in October to donate. But there's a real shortage right now. They started going to mass media now and getting them involved with donating blood.
But what she said, there is a shortage, but it's basically because of the fact it's the time of year when people are doing a lot of vacationing and the people that are normally their donors are on vacation.
Yeah.
You know, and so they need other people to come in and donate blood.
Just give a little blood.
Yeah, so just, like she said, give a little blood.
You never know who needed somebody you care about.
Or you may need it.
Exactly. So the next person I have comes from food. Did you know that the potato chip was invented in 1853 by a guy by the name of George Crumb? Crumb was a Native American, African American chef at the Moon Lake Lodge Resort in Saratoga Springs, New York, USA. French fries were popular at the restaurant, and one day a diner complained that the fries were too thick. Now, although Crumb made a thinner batch, the customer was still unsatisfied. So Crumb finally made fries that were too thin to eat with the fork, hoping to annoy the extremely fussy customer. The customer, surprisingly enough, was happy, and potato chips were invented. Crumb's chips were originally called Saratoga chips and potato crunches, and they were soon packaged and sold in New England on the eastern seaboard, and Crumb later opened his own restaurant from the funds from that.
Well, actually, he should have known better because freshly cut and fried potato chips are, hey, ain't nothing like them. Ain't nothing like them. Jay's, none of them people can do anything with that.
So the potato chip was invented by a black man.
Well, all right then. At least he's the first one publicly to fry up some chips.
Well, he invented the chip, and then somebody came along and invented the bag of the chips, and then on and on. But he was the one who invented the potato chip, and he is the one who's given notoriety.
He's the one got the notoriety for it. Okay. So I'm going to just slip in here, and I'm going to do Ruby D.
Cool.
When you're doing Ruby D, you're going to get a little Ossie, and when you do Ossie, you're going to get a little Ruby.
Okay.
Because they were husband and wife. Along with being an actress, D, or Ruby D, as she was called, who died in June of 2014, was a poet, playwright, civil rights activist, who was nominated for an Oscar for playing Denzel Washington's mother in Ridley Scott's American Gangster in 2007. She appeared in Maya Angelou's I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings in 1979 and in Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing and Jungle Fever. However, she was widely known for her role in Raisin in the Sun in 1961.
Yeah.
Davis, which is Ossie, her husband, an actor, poet, playwright for theater and Hollywood, starred with Dee in television series Roots, The Next Generation. He was inducted in the NAACP Hall of Fame with Dee in 1989. They shared billing in 11 stage productions and 5 movies during a long parallel career. Dee filmed, Dee's 5th film, No Way Out, was with Sidney Poitier in 1950, was her husband's first, along with film and stage. The actress also starred in a television show, including this in 1966. It was an armchair theater program, Neighbors. This richly honored career extended to a radio show, the Ossie Davis and Ruby Dee Story Hour, that featured a mix of black themes. Davis directed one of their joint film appearances, Countdown at Kusini in 1976. Like her husband, Dee was active in civil rights issues and efforts to promote the cause of blacks in the entertainment industry. As a young performer, they found themselves caught up the growing debate over social and racial justices in the United States. The couple's push for social justice was lifelong. In 1999, the couple was arrested for protesting the shooting of the death of, and I'm going to pronounce his name, and I may not have it right, is Amadou Diallo, an unarmed African immigrant, by the New York City Police. Ossie Davis, her husband, he died in 2005. He was an actor distinguished for roles dealing with racial injustice on stage, screen, and in real life, and perhaps best known as the husband and partner of actress Ruby Dee. He died at the age of 87. Davis, who wrote, directed, and produced for the theater in Hollywood, was a central figure among black performers of the last 5 decades. He and Dee celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary in 1998 with the publication of a dual autobiography, In This Life Together. Davis and Dee appeared together in the play Jeb in 1946 and Anna LaCosta in 1946-47. Davis filmed No Way Out in 1950 with Dee, Dee's 5th. They shared billing in 11 stage productions and 5 movies during their long parallel careers. Both had key roles in television series Roots, The Next Generation, 1978, Martin Luther King, The Dream and the Drum in 1986, and The Stand, 1994. Davis appeared in 3 of Spike Lee's films, including School Days, Do the Right Thing, and Jungle Fever.
Ooh. I remember Jungle Fever.
We all do, don't we? Dee also appeared in the latter two among her best known films, as I said earlier, A Raisin in the Sun in 1961. In 2004, he and Dee were among the artists selected to receive the Kennedy Center honors. When not on stage or on camera, Dee and Davis was deeply involved in civil rights issues and efforts to promote the causes of blacks in the entertainment industry. They nearly ran afoul of the anti-communist witch hunt of the early 50s, but were never openly accused of any wrongdoing. Davis, the oldest of 5 children, of self-taught railroad builder and herb doctor in tiny Cogsdale, Georgia, grew up in the nearby Waycross and Valdosta, Georgia. He left home in 1935 hitchhiking to Washington to enter Howard University, where he studied drama, intending to be a playwright. His career as an actor began in 1939 with the Rose Clinton Players in Harlem, then the center of black culture in America. There, the young Davis met and mingled with some of the most influential figures of the time, including the preacher Father Divine, W.E.B. Du Bois, A. Philip Randolph, Langston Hughes, and Richard Wright. He also had what he described in the book as a flirtation with young Communist League, which he said essentially ended with the onset of World War II. Davis spent nearly 4 years in the service, mainly as a surgical technician in an army hospital in Liberia, serving both wounded troops and local inhabitants. Back in New York in 1946, Davis debuted on Broadway in Jeb, a play about a returning soldier. His co-host was Ruby Dee, whose budding stage career had paralleled his own. They had even appeared in different productions of the same play on Stryver's Row in 1940. It marked the beginning of a collaboration on and off stage. In December of 1948, on the day off from rehearsal from another play, The Smile of the World, Davis and Dee took a bus to New Jersey to get married. They already were so close that it felt like an appointment we finally got around to keeping, Dee writes in This Life Together. Davis says he had no trouble identifying which side he was on. He lined up with black socialist reformers Du Bois and Paul Robeson, remaining fiercely loyal to the singer even after Robeson was denounced by black political, sports, and show business figures for openly being a communist and pro-Soviet.
Oh, that's interesting. Since
Yeah,
they
I
couldn't
know.
find a way to charge him with nothing, even though he
got
pronounced
blackballed.
himself as a socialist.
He was blackballed.
That's insane. Go ahead.
You can see the full obituary for Ossie Davis at legacy.com. Also, the couple was survived by their daughters, Nora Day Davis and Hassana Muhammad Davis, and their son, blues artist Guy Davis. Also, with Ruby Dee, there was one I had here for her. Oh, Hollywood Reporter. You can check out her story at the Hollywood Reporter, okay, or the dailymail.co.uk TV Showbiz.
cool.
Yes.
Well, who didn't like Ruby Dee and Ossie Davis? Their political assignments aside, they were excellent actors.
They did so much.
Yes.
And you know, we did Maya Angelou. Was that what
Yes,
we did her week before last?
Yes.
And then we did what was the guy's name?
The writer.
Yeah, the writer.
Top of my head, can't think of it.
I want to say Paul Robeson, but it wasn't Paul
him.
Robeson.
It wasn't him. It was Paul somebody.
Dang, I can't remember his name. I don't know why. Hey, okay.
So anyway, tonight we just want to make sure everybody knows that we are going to be broadcasting, simulcasting on Spreaker.com, and you can call us in if you have Skype, right? So we are capable of taking in phone calls from our listeners now. It's our very first show for that. So if you have a question, a comment, or you just want to join in on the conversation with some little known Black history facts to uplift, encourage our people, you are more than welcome to do so on Wednesdays on the Jamaica Funk Show, Black History Wednesday.
Yeah, and you know, you all can tell us some things because you know
we're looking it up too.
I mean, we be looking it up, we be filling
and I am
it out.
Always so surprised. You know, I just go into Google. I have books at home. There's got to be more, right? So Wikipedia has a lot of stuff, and all these crazy websites now you can go to and find history of Black people and what their contribution has been to the United States of America. I'm like totally stoked on it. I found 25 most influential Black entrepreneurs, men and women. I found the Black sciences, architecture, design, food. I can't wait to do more food because, you know, food's got to be up there, right?
It really does. And I'm going to tell you guys, listen, if you like this show and you want to hear more of our shows, you can go to our website, which is www.jamaicafunkshow.com, and you can see our videos.
Yep.
You can listen to all our radio shows. You can also listen to Joe's poetry, excerpts from my resume. And you'll also find Christo's Furs there.
Yeah, he's got his thoughts in there and some other things.
And Christo's thoughts,
and,
right.
And we should say Christo's jokes, too. So
Yeah, them jokes.
Yeah, he never runs out of anything. I mean, but there's out there. Well, you can even catch us on Facebook Live on www.
Yeah, on Thursdays. On Thursdays
yeah.
at 8:15, we go live on Facebook. On, as Joe said, Jamaica Funk Show with KT on Facebook. So check us out.
Yeah, we're simulcast on Spreaker.com and Facebook Live 8:15 Thursday nights. And if you miss our Spreaker, stay tuned on Jamaica Funk Show. We kind of keep the conversation going for at least another 40 minutes. Yeah,
we actually go until 9:45 on Facebook Live. So if you run out of 45 minutes,
we got some more for you.
Just tune on in because we're still going.
Yeah, like us on Facebook at the Jamaica Funk Show. Like us, comment, share. You know, like us, comment, share.
Yes. So listen, guys, we're gonna do a little poetry here. We got some Joe's poetry for you. Tonight we got Great America. So sit back, relax, and let's get some Joe's poetry going for you. Well, I remind.
So, an idiot presidential candidate wants to make America great again. And which great America does he think will come back with the rhetoric that's being spilled? Let's just separate ourselves from those who believe his bullshit, first of all. Because all they want is for America to be filled with racism, hatred, fear, and loathing for one another, all over again. The great America that strung up our grandparents and uncles and aunts and sisters and brothers. The great America that denied us entrance into stores and made us sit on the back of the bus. The great America that watched us as our churches burned and dogs attacked us and fire hoses were sprayed on civilians while they protested for equality. The great America that became the killing fields in Mississippi. The great America that kept us down and poor and neglected by societal standards. That great America that only accepted the predominance of white people. Let's make America great again. Not that great America that kept my parents' parents and their parents from getting a college education, a home loan, and a decent job. Not that great America that required them to kneel on the floors of white owned homes where they had to scrub the floors of white people. That great America where they could clean their toilets but not use them. That great America where we lived separate from them at night and during the day we raised their children and went home to beans and rice for dinner every night for literally pennies, always eating the scraps from their tables. Let's make America great again. You know, the one that oppressed and brutalized women. The great America that told women we weren't equal to men and denigrated us on the cover of Playboy magazine and used us as a tool to make other rich men in other countries happy by peddling our flesh across the ocean, keeping slavery alive, well, and thriving. That's the great America I remember. The great America I still see. Because that's the truly great America.
Amen. So, Joe, who else you got on your list of
Little known Black history
little
facts.
known, little unknown
Unknown.
Black history
Right,
facts?
because these people are known in their field, but they're not well known because the mass media doesn't support them very well. But we're going to try to do our best to undo that fact.
Okay.
So tonight I have number 25 of the 25 most influential African American technology CEOs. And number 25 is Mr. Will Lucas of Criteo. He is the founder and CEO of Criteo. Will Lucas founded brand marketing technology company back in 2003, and he recently launched Clasana, an educational resource discovery engine. Lucas is also the organizer behind TEDx Toledo, which is now in its second year. Now look them up, and you can go on and find Criteo. Just type in Creadio, and his is from strategy to implementation. He's a full-service branding firm based in Toledo, Ohio. He says we specialize in video production, communication strategy, retail marketing, and website development. And they only mention these men because they're what? Millionaires.
Absolutely.
Millionaires. Okay, so last but not least, I have Beverly Green, and she is believed to have been the first African American woman licensed to practice architecture in the United States. African American Architect, a biographical dictionary from 1865 to 1945 by Wilson Drex Fuller. This is where this information is coming from. In 1936, Beverly Green became the first African American woman to receive a bachelor's degree in architectural engineering from the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, and from the same university received a Master of Science degree in city planning 1 year later. In 1945, Beverly Green graduated from Columbia University with a Master of Architecture. She broke through both gender and race barriers in 1938 when she was hired by the city of Chicago to work in the Chicago Housing Authority.
Wow.
Yes. And do you know that women today, even black or white, whatever females, they only represent 0.02% of architects in this country, although there are more female architects in college right now taking courses.
Well, the thing is there are a lot of fields like that. Like look at communications.
Mm-hmm.
You got very few female cameramen. Very few. As a matter of fact, when you look at a movie production set, you may have a lot of female actors and actresses, but when it comes down to looking at the people who play the intricate role in putting the film together, it is very few women on that set. And I was, when I was studying mass communication, I was really, really astounded by how many women there weren't there, for that matter.
Right. Well, I was looking at the statistics, and as far as architecture and communications and other broad fields where you can change careers, women go to school to get these kinds of degrees all the time, but you have to get a license to be an architect, which I didn't know.
Yeah.
My research shows that very few women are get licensed to be architects, even today.
Well, guys, we're going to do a little reset. So sit back, relax, and let's reset.
Reset. If you had the opportunity to live life over without limits or boundaries, having the ability to manifest your goals and dreams with the opportunity to live life on your terms, would you be willing to develop the greatness in you, stepping into a new dimension that supports your expectation of life? Each of us has the power to step out of ordinary into extraordinary living, a life filled with limitless opportunities with the access to an abundance of everything. But it starts with resetting your 5 senses. See, our 5 senses gives us the ability to hear, see, taste, smell, and hold. Some of us have put our life on hold because of the negative things we have been told throughout life's journey. What we have seen and heard have caused us to put up roadblocks, leading us down the path called Impossibility Boulevard, detouring us from smelling the roses, tasting and partaking in the beauty of unlimited possibilities that life has to offer. It's time to reset our thinking, creating a new reality that demands us to be optimistic in the midst of adversity, knowing there is always a way out when we are able to look beyond the obstacles and see the opportunity within. Living life on our terms start with making a commitment to become invincible and unstoppable when it comes to our goals and dreams, refusing to be defeated or mistreated, having the courage to put life on blast, no longer requiring life's approval, choosing to live life the way we see it and not the way life dictates or demands. Each of us have the power to press reset. When we reset our life, it resets our reality, causing us to live on purpose. The kind of life that I'm referring to will cause controversy amongst the turtles when you start running with the giraffes. No longer will you allow negative conversation within or without keep you from coming out of the box. Our determination will cause us to push through the impossibilities, rising to the call of it's possible, moving us forward onto higher grounds. Elevation, exploitation brings new players to the game. Fresh ideas and courage will eliminate fear, breaking the barriers that have had us chained, refusing to be held back in the game we call life. This is your season of opportunities. Today is your day to live life on purpose. Impulse won't do. Put life on notice. There is greatness in you. Don't be sold by the negative stories you've been told. Living life on your terms is possible. But that negative conversation, see, that's what's old. There is nothing new under the sun. Whatever you want to be or do, there is someone who has already begun the journey on the road you desire to travel to. It's your turn. Now let your feet hit the gravel. When you live on purpose, it demolishes the thoughts of it's impossible enlarging your horizon and opening the doors to unlimited opportunities, moving you beyond involvement into commitment. See, the pig was always committed, whereas the chicken only got involved. If you are ready for a revolution to take place in your life, then now is the time for you to become bold, ambitious, and radical. You have the potential to live an extraordinary life. Your goals and dreams are dependent on you to free them from within so they can rock the world and blow minds across the globe, opening new doors and giving opportunity to those that have been sold on it's impossible to live your dreams. The world will see your story alone, that ambition is the vehicle that awakens dreams. Being radical makes us be determined to see the possibilities in the negative advertisement. And potential declares, I have what it takes to manifest my goals and dreams. If I have to retrain and refuel to be able to endure the journey, I am determined to deliver what I came to earth to give. I suggest that you start today by building a team of people, starting with yourself, that is willing to motivate and inspire you. When times get rough, encourage yourself to continue moving forward, staying committed to the journey, knowing if you believe in your dreams and can see them, have faith, you will definitely achieve them. Each of us has dreams that are worth living. The people that are living their dreams refuse to allow the gravity of negativity to pull them down, nor are they waiting for greatness to be created or show up on their doorstep. They understand that greatness is not created, nor is it discovered. It is awakened and developed from within. This is your time to shine and your season for greatness. Are you ready to awaken and develop the greatness in you? You know what you got to do. Press reset.
Yes, y'all. Press reset. You know what you gotta do, girl.
And if you don't press reset, you're gonna wish you did.
So listen, guys, thank you for tuning in this evening. We so appreciate you. We know that time comes and goes really, really quickly.
Yes,
when
it
we're
does.
having fun, you know?
Yeah.
So thank you for tuning in. You know, without you, there is no us.
And don't forget, tomorrow night, we're on Thursday at 8:15. We'll be simulcast on Facebook Live, the Jamaica Funk Show. Tune in. We're going to be talking about the part 4 in our Inside Job series.
Yes.
And we're also going to talk about a little penis envy.
Yes.
What it really means. And
we got Christos and his thoughts and his jokes.
Ever, never ending thoughts.
Yes. So tune in. You can tune in with us on Spreaker or on Jamaica Funk Show with KT on Facebook. So join us. We would love to have you. And we have Skype capabilities. So if you need to call in and say some things, help yourself. So with that, thank you for joining us. Like I said earlier, without you, there is no us. May God bless you. And with that, well, I remind.
Man club 6, boy get pop up like mob stick. No murder your friend, me no chat quick. To kill them, me no practice. Rise the rifle and balance it. Blood leak out like tongue drip. Boy just get him tongue. When you hear about ravers and no ding dong, out of your head where you a ruffling from. One in your face where the hollow tip slam. Big rifle a sing class and no sing song. 50 cash shake up the place, here a whole man shout out. If I no got a King Kong.
funeral day, make a mother sing song. I am memorial, them have to play this one. Ma be a man who all people are dead. What 90 are squeezing ahead. Tell about